Hey, I'm back. So Pirie and I just were on the phone together and I think we figured it out. And so she's going to be, I'm going to tag her now and I think we can actually get this working. I'm sorry for the late start, you guys, but I'm excited to share this interview and share Pirie with you because she is a phenomenal human being. So I'm really excited. I'm going to try to invite her and see if we can get this going again. So as soon as she pops on, we'll bring her and then hopefully we can have our interview. Hi, Kimberly. What's going on? I am so happy you're here. Hi, Megan. Hi, Jamie. Oh, everyone's popping on. Yay. Okay, hopefully we can get Pirie on soon. I don't see her yet. Hi, Melissa. Hello. But as soon as she comes on, you guys will definitely be able to have our conversation. So we're just waiting for her now. And she will hopefully be popping on soon. So let's see. Yay. So in the meantime, as she's trying to come on, hopefully this works. Oh, Melissa, thank you. So it's a funny story, right, Melissa? We got connected, you and I, you were just on my mastermind, my summit. And you were a beautiful speaker. So thank you for being on that and being on the panel. But we talked to each other randomly and we figured out that we had mutual friends with Pirie and Megan and Bianca. Isn't that crazy? And so it's just a small world. So let's see if Pirie can pop on. This works out. Pirie, are you there? Please say you're here. Oh, good. Hi, Gloria. Hello. We're trying to bring Pirie on. We're having a little technical difficulties today on trying to get her on. So we're waiting on her. And so she's saying right now, she's texting me and saying, yes, but nothing is on. So hopefully it's working. Let me see. I'm trying to tag her again. Gosh, you guys, I'm sorry. I was really hoping we'd have a seamless start this time. Where the disconnect is, but we thought we figured it out, but maybe we didn't. So we might have to, okay, Pirie, I got your message, but if you go in, so I'm trying to talk to Pirie through the live. If you go in, you just have to back out and come back in probably to see me live. Guys, having a hard time this afternoon. Okay, so I'm going to say thank you for watching, but I just don't see Pirie coming on. Oh wait, there she is. I think she's watching. Let's see if we can add her. Oh, this is too funny. We live in this town. I don't know why we're not doing it.
Yay! Technology did not kick my butt today.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
So funny.
So funny.
Are you
having background noise, Pirie? I'm sorry?
Are you having
background noise? No, I'm in my office. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
I think I'm having background noise. Oh, you are? Yeah. Audience, you guys that are watching, are we having background noise?
See
if they are. There's a bunch of people watching. It's pretty quiet here. Okay. I'm gonna get my AirPods. Hold on one second, please. And I think I have mine too. Hold on a second. No, of course I don't have mine on. Is it better now, sweetie? Yeah! Get it!
Okay. Do you have yours on, Pirie?
No.
Can you put yours on?
Okay, I'm going to have to find them. I don't think I have them. Hold on a second. I know I didn't or no.
It's really staticky.
Okay. Blah, blah, blah. And of course my assistant is not here. This is crazy. Let's do this. Can you hear me if I just walk with me to the car? I'll grab my... Can't hear me? Okay. Just give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
Real life, you guys. Real life.
Real life.
Can you guys
Can
hear
you guys
me?
hear me that are watching?
Outside. I'm going to my car. This is live television.
It is live
It is live television.
Can I tell you how much experience I've had with live TV, and this kind of stuff happens all the time. So
It's
I'll just
great.
go
It's great.
around. I'm going to my see, and look, I have them. Yay! Okay, hold on. I gotta get them on. All right. See, I'm just getting more exercise now. Hold on. Hold on.
So cute.
Okay. Hold on. Hold
Oh
on.
yeah, that's already better.
Hold on. Ah.
You're great. You're fine, Pirie. No rush.
All right.
I can hear you perfectly now.
Oh my God.
Hi.
You did this just so I could go run and do some more exercise. I know that was your plan.
Always. Always.
You're such a beast.
Oh,
Okay, we did it.
Yes, I'm so happy you're here. Pirie, thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome, honey. And you know I love you, I adore you. And hi, everybody.
Yes.
Sorry about.
It's worth the wait. It's worth the wait. You're always worth the wait. So yeah, so Pirie, thank you so much for being here. I want to introduce you to my community because these people are so special to me that are here listening to us. They are my people, and you know, I care so much for you and I respect you so much. I do. You know that, but you're just my angel on earth. And I was hoping that you would honor this community by sharing, you know, your zone of genius with them. And so Pirie Jones Grossman, you're amazing, and welcome to the group, welcome to the community. So I'm gonna do a 2-minute little thing here. Well, maybe 30 seconds. I'm just gonna share a little thing. So the way I introduce you is there's so many things, but the way I'd like to introduce you is that, you know, you are a life empowerment coach, but you're also a spiritual leader and you're a transformational leader. And your work with TEDx, your work with young women on empowering them and building their confidence, and your work with suicide prevention, not only in our community, but nationwide, is amazing. And I'm so grateful for your work on this planet. It's phenomenal.
Kind, honey. Thank you.
You're welcome. But most of all, I'm going to take a minute to tell my community why I feel you on such a deep level is because you were the person that helped my child get through the hardest day, week, months of her life when her dad took his own life. And for your love and compassion and nurturing for my child, I have endless honor and support and love for you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Sweetheart, it was my pleasure, and it was such a tough time. And boy, do we love that little Lainey girl. She is your old soul baby girl, and she just, you know, she's such a light bearer. So it was my pleasure. She also helped me. I learned a lot from her, just from her perspective. So thank you for the opportunity. I know, I love that girl. Love you too.
Love you too. Okay, so I want to dive in with you because I really want our audience to understand, you know, why you're passionate about the work that you do in this world, Pirie, and maybe tell us a little background about you, what you hope to accomplish, and the mark you want to make on this planet.
Sure. Wow, that's a loaded question. Okay, I'm going to try to give you the very small version, and I'll just come right out with it. You know, I for about 5 years realized that our community was in trouble, that we had a high suicide rate here, as well as, you know, part of that suicide belt, and lost about 5 to 6 people within 4 years. And I just got really tired of sitting my children down and saying, once again, they lost somebody that they loved. And my daughter made a comment. She goes, "Wow, Mom, it sounds like that this is kind of the new normal." And I was like, "Oh, no, please don't say that." But the reality is, I came back home. I finished my master's in spiritual psychology at USM. And I was off to, you know, go do women's empowerment groups and do all this stuff with my partner, Diane Chandler. And I came home instead, and because this is where I've been for 23 years. And I started looking at the data, started trying to figure stuff out. And what I found out is the largest group of kids that we're losing are our girls. And 4 years ago, as ages 15 to 24, and I'm sad to say, we just got the new CNN report a couple days ago. Now we're losing our girls ages 10 to 19, the number one group. And also our teenage boys, is the second group. So when I got involved, we started to implement a task force in this community, and we had everybody at the table, first responders, teachers, people, parents, kids. We had everybody there so we could really try to figure out what's going on. And so this task force has been going on now for about 3 years, and I'm really proud of it because it was born out of, just what we started a couple of years ago. And so anyway, long story short, I ended up doing a TEDx talk about how to heal a community from suicide. And we went to the schools and we started implementing some screening tests and some things that were very, very powerful. And we learned from other communities too, what were some things that they implemented to lower suicide rate. So anyway, what I didn't say was someone kept asking me, why is this such a passion for you? And I said, well, kids have always been my passion, people in general, but this is the truth. And Jen, you were there when I first relayed my story to an audience. So 30 years ago, pretty close to 30 years ago, I tried to take my own life. So I'm a suicide survivor. And a lot of people in this community don't know that. And I felt a lot of guilt. I felt a lot of shame. We were trying to have a baby, so my body was full of all kinds of fertility drugs, and I was the alpha female that I am. Performance, you got to get pregnant, and so I was, letting the doctors extract embryos from me every month, and the normal for IVF is really like every couple months. But that was my mission. I wanted to be a mama. And it really messed me up. So my husband at the time came home and just said, I need you to stop. I want my sexy young, wife back again. And I couldn't, because I was on the trajectory of wanting kids. I was older. I was, that time, 35, 36. And anyway, he came home and just said, I asked to, could we adopt? And it was just like, no, no, no. And so he basically just ended. I came home from a vacation in Sun Valley, which is why I'm here. And I looked down in front of me, in front of the sofa, and there was about 10 bottles of meds. And it was everything from pain pills to Xanax to, uppers, downers. I mean, everything that you can imagine that was in my body. And the pain was so great because I remember thinking, how can I start over? I had a huge life in Bel Air. I was married to one of the most successful movie producers in the country. I just stepped down from E! I had a lot of friends there. It was a big life. And it was just going to go away like that. And I wasn't strong enough, and I had a dark night of soul, so I swallowed every single pill, almost 400 of them. And I thought it was easier for me to just go to sleep. And I didn't feel like my life, I felt like my life was done. And I lost a lot of hope. And that was, the key that I help people with and help kids with, and anybody that comes across my path, is I give them that big vitamin H, hope.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I, went to the hospital. They pumped my stomach, and God had another plan for me. And obviously, I made it through. Went through a divorce, and then I moved to Sun Valley to heal from LA. So really, within 24 hours, Jen, my life changed from this very, loving, successful looking couple, wanting to have a baby, big life in Bel Air, Hollywood, you name it. Within 24 hours, I tried to take my life. And the marriage was done, and I had to start over. And God gave me, the strength. And, I don't know why this is coming up. I had a lot of angels in my life. And so I feel very grateful that I've had a second chance.
Yeah.
And so I want my life to count.
Yeah.
And I want it to mean something.
Mm.
So, now that I have children, God bless me with two beautiful children that are teenagers.
Yes.
And they're avid ski racers, and we live in this beautiful community.
Yes.
I just thought, what I wanted to do is my passion, and that is, especially now, is keep our girls alive and let them remember who they are. And it's not just kids I work with. I work with women because I found out that the moms don't necessarily have the tools, I was lucky. I went, and I'm a seeker, so I went to school. I went and studied with some amazing teachers and mentors. And I found my purpose in life. And I believe you can have all kinds of purposes different times in your life, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think a friend of mine always says it's never too late. So it's never too late for me to start over. And so that's what I did. And I'm very grateful that I had that second chance. So when I meet somebody, and I've had some of my clients who tried to take their life, and two of them in particular I'm thinking of, and they're thriving now. They're thriving. And so I just thank God that I'm able to help that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pirie, thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
It brings up a lot for me too, obviously. And I'm holding space here for you, and for myself also. We're holding it together.
Yeah.
And I want to just tell you, first of all, thank you for your vulnerability and your authenticity, but mostly thank you for the work that you're doing in this world. And I wanted to bring you here because I wanted people to know you, feel your heart, and understand the light that you bring. But I really wanted you to share with them this particular program retreat that you're doing, because I personally feel it's transformational on the deepest level. And I know that anyone that's watching that is going through this, that has young girls that might be suffering, that might be on the edge, that might need guidance, that might need some support in any kind of a way, this is something that can truly serve them. And I wish Lainey was old enough, honestly, because I would love her to be surrounded by you for that amount of time. But can you please share this next step and this evolution of what you're doing and what you're working on in July?
Sure.
Right now, it's happening soon.
Yes. So my partner in crime, Diane Chandler, my soul sister. I've got a couple soul sisters. You're a soul sister.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
we, she worked with teenage girls also. And we created this. This was really a vision that we've wanted to do for a long time. And that was create a retreat where we have girls come. And it's not girls that are in trouble or the girls that are,
Okay.
in pain necessarily. I mean, we have some of those, but it's also girls that are going through a tough time and what they're dealing with. Because I'll tell you, the stuff that they're dealing with today is very different than what I dealt with and even what you dealt with social media, their lack of self-esteem, all of the emotional triggers and not knowing what to do with them. Some of them are going to college and they don't have their, what I call their wellness toolbox. So as life happens, having these tools are important. So let's say I had the tools that I did when I was in that dark night of the soul.
Yeah.
And I had the awareness and I had the toolbox of how to get myself out of that. I could have. And I truly believe that. So we teach the girls when they get triggered emotionally, someone could say something bad, or they have FOMO, fear of missing out, or they feel, ugly. They feel like they're too fat. They feel like they're not popular. I mean, all those things that hit our girls is how they can keep their self-esteem up and know that when things like that happen, what to do so they can be empowered rather than be a victim. you
Wow.
know, and it's a choice. And it's just the awareness. And that was something Kevin Hines, who was a suicide survivor that came here and spoke to all the schools and the kids. And he said, the first step is being aware. It's like, oh, I'm feeling this way. Okay, now what do I do? Remember that feeling never stays.
Hmm.
Emotions are just passing through. And
Yeah.
I call all of our emotions friends. They're just messengers. They're letting us know that something's not right. And that's
Mm.
it. And so these are some of the tools that we're going to teach. And, doing the retreat in Sun Valley, July 25th through the 30th. It's our first one with 10 girls. And it's going to be a little bit of a guinea pig thing. It's our first one. So we're like, and we're putting it together with nature, I mean,
Yeah.
getting them outdoors and in nature, which are also part of the tools of keeping you healthy when your body,
Yes.
mind, and spirit is in alignment, because that's the goal,
Yes.
right? I
Congruency.
mean, you know that with your work
Yeah.
too.
Absolutely. It's all encompassing. It all matters. Every
Yes.
piece has to be a part of the puzzle. And I that if I just wish that I had a toolbox like that when I was 12, 13, 14,
Oh,
15, 16, in order to
yeah.
take that with me through my life. And
Yeah.
because all those messages and things that we get as young girls, they stay with us and they create these stories, right? They
Yes.
create this
Yes.
perception that we see our life through this different lens. And if we can clear that
Yes.
lens for them, we
Yeah.
can clear that and give them a different perspective of what they're capable of, what their life's purpose and vision will be. What a phenomenal gift to give.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we all need those tools, and as we grow in life, I mean, it's different decades or different needs, there's
Yeah.
different tools. And all of us, I mean, I didn't know how to clear out some of the negative emotions in my life that were, quite frankly, ruling me.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to clear out secrets, and
Mm.
that's also part of my work, is that so many times we hold secrets that really are still controlling our lives.
Yes.
And we think we bury them, we press them, but they do come out. Or they're just inside of us, and we just keep taking them along with us in our backpacks.
Hmm.
And I know when I released this big secret for me,
Hmm.
it helped me get rid of the guilt, help me get rid of the shame,
Hmm.
and the thought, what I believe in my prayer life, my meditation life, the thought was, well, pain sometimes can equal purpose.
Hmm.
And so that's what it did for me is, and I've been playing around with the idea of going back and redoing my TED Talk. And, I've grown so much in the past couple of years, but really give the reason of why I'm passionate about this work. Because people judge, they look at you and they think, oh my gosh, that girl's got it together.
Yes.
She's doing this, she's doing that, she's got this, blah, blah, blah. And it's just all projection, what we think.
That's right.
And that's not always the case,
That's
you
right.
know.
And
And
that
so,
resonates with me, Pirie, because the secret that I shared with you on my freedom birthday last year when I finally
yeah,
talked about my secret and my shame and my guilt, that was my
yeah,
freedom. It was my rebirth. And
right.
that shame changes everything. But once you release it and you learn that your secrets, you're only, I mean, your secrets can be dark, but once you release them, you can find that light.
You
And
can, yeah. And you're
I think
free.
free. Yeah. So thank
And
you for
nobody's
sharing yours.
judging you. Well, and nobody,
No,
nobody judges.
no.
And that's the thing is, if anybody's interested to, you can go on my website and I have an ebook that you can download. It's like a 3 or 4 page thing about secrets and which ones you should let go, who you should talk to about them,
Yes.
and, use it and just start releasing little things and then bigger things, and you'll start feeling lighter. And half the time, what we think are these huge secrets, and we sit down with our girlfriends, and Alex like, okay, I got something to tell you, and then I tell them, my girlfriend's kind of look at me like, yeah, and
And
what's the secret part? I'm like, I just told you, and they were like, okay, so
right.
you've been hanging on to that all these years. And I just thought, oh my God, that's crazy what we do. But we're
Yeah.
all messy human beings.
Mm-hmm.
None of us are perfect.
That's right.
And I really believe that our connection comes through vulnerability. And if you
Mm-hmm.
can help, just think about this. If you can help one person just by sharing something that you went through that you think is a secret and you should, not share it, rethink it. Because you could save somebody's life. You could save somebody's moment. You could help them shift, in a nanosecond, just because they could look at you and go, wow, if she can do that, I can do that. And I
Hallelujah.
promised you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean it. Like that's Pirie, you're speaking, that's exactly the message that I was hoping that would come out through all of this today. And so I just want to thank you. And I want to add one thing. My husband says something, and I know that you'll resonate with this, but he always says, the story that you really don't want to share is the story that will move people and change them.
Boy,
And
he's so true. Yep.
and so whenever I come up against resistance about talking about something vulnerable, he reminds me that the one that I really don't want to put out there is the one that will actually transform and shift.
Yeah.
And
Well, and that's the one secret, when you go through the process, and it's funny when you fill out this paper about secrets and stuff that I have, you'll write around the big one, right? We write around, we'll say, oh, I could share this, I could share that, I can blah, blah, blah. And it's the one you're the most reluctant to share. That's the big daddy. That's the one that you want to go. Because you can't, when you have a true spiritual transformation, it's because you don't go above it or beside it, on either side or under it. You've got to go right through it. And it might hurt for a nanosecond, but I promise you it goes away and the light just comes right on with you. And you're like, you can breathe.
yes.
And you don't lose people and friends. And, that's such a lie. So when you get that kind of thinking, that committee in your head says, well, you don't want people to know that. Oh my God, if they find, that was my thing.
Me
If
too.
anybody found out about that secret, oh my God, what kind of coach are you? This is,
Right.
they're going to, right?
Me too.
And I thought, yeah, you know what? The kind of coach I am is, I'm a human coach.
Yeah.
And I've been there and, I want to help other people get out of pain and remember who they are. And that phoenix, that's rising out of those ashes is where we all want to be.
Beautiful. I love that. And so, Pirie, I could sit here and talk with you all day.
I know. We have to go eat.
I know we have to go. We have to. But I wanted you to share with our audience your website. Just say it. I'll put it in the comments here, Pirie. But please tell them where they can go and get your free gift, because that's so generous of you.
Oh, yeah, of course. So it's www.Pirie, it's Pirie, Jones, Jones, Grossman, Grossman.com.
Great.
And there's a couple things there. And if you guys, you want to talk, if anybody in your audience is having some thoughts and little scary thoughts, you need some help with, then, I've got, you can book a free clarity call with me. I can, help you, at least steer you in the right direction or share a little bit further my story. Whatever it is, I'm here to help and to serve. So just wanted to add that too.
Thank you, Pirie. And I'm going to just say one thing before we close. I want all of you to know that I know Pirie, and what she's presenting out to the world is exactly how she lives her life behind closed doors. This is a woman who has so much integrity and love and light to give. I entrust my daughter completely with her, and I highly recommend you take her up on her genuine offer, because it is truly a give to give, and it only comes from pure heart and soul. And so if you're having if you're second guessing it and you're feeling a little bit nervous to connect, I guarantee you, as soon as you get on the phone with Pirie, you will fall in love, just like I have. And and she will fall in love with you, because that's her heart. So please take her up on her generosity. She's giving you a huge opportunity to connect with her. So please do that. And if you need help getting in touch with her, contact me and I'll put you in touch with her. So Pirie, thank you. Thank you,
sweetie.
Thank you. I love you and I appreciate you.
Love you too, and love your peeps. You guys go and have a fabulous day today.
You too.
Okay, sweetie.
Okay.
Thank you,
Bye.
love. Okay,
Bye.
bye.